face challenge than the other.
Yeah.
So it is a recognition of the fact that they are least developed. But that doesn't mean that they will remain least developed. That's why you have an aspiration for graduation. Half of the countries have said that, half of the LDCs, which is, out of the 48,
Yeah.
24 countries are aspiring to graduate. And that is a very good sign of that. But the fact that they have a very low level of development, very high level of poverty, we have to deal with that as well. So there is a balance between the two. There is an aspirational side,
Yeah.
which they want to graduate, but there is other side, which is a reality that they have to still work very hard, and that's why this type of cooperation, the meeting is very, very important.
But for investors, this is a negative. LDC is a negative connotation. Early growth market of growth of double digits. Uganda is going to everywhere I see.
Right.
And now we have the head of the African Development Bank, who is a Nigerian agriculture minister, and they use leverage, which is much more effective. When I talked to the heads of state when they came to Africa,
Right.
they want private sector investment. They really want to get the private sector to come in as a return on investment model rather than as a charity model.
No, that's right. I mean, that's why what we are saying is that we are not only depending on the ODA alone. That's why if you hear people talking about it, we are looking at the private sector development. But if you look at the social sectors, if you look at the challenges they face in terms of meeting, the health-related challenges, the education-related, the ODA still remains very important. But what we are also saying is that will not be enough. That's why all sorts of financing, the private finance, the equity market, as well as the loan and the development role, bank's role will be really critical. Because in order to promote the economic growth, they need that. So we don't see that there is a disconnect between the two. You need to really have the global support in terms of the development assistance, to really look at some of the sources, and then also leverage, the other resources.
Yeah, but there's
that's right.
Okay, but not just to avoid public sector money competing with private sector and mixing the message. This is sometimes very harmful.
Of course, but sometimes it would be very. So it has to be rightly done. There has to be a leveraging. For example, how come the energy sector in these countries will develop if there is no public investment? So it has to go together. Private sector alone is not going to go to countries where they cannot afford even to pay for the energy sector. So we see the positive, the feedback, positive loop between the public and the private.
Okay.
But that's our challenge.
Okay, thank you.